I'm challenging you for the next 30 days to only be positive for the month of September. Can you do it? Welcome or welcome back. It's your favorite mental health specialist, Ty Guidance, and yes, that is what we're going to be talking about today. With that being said, because there's no right or wrong way to heal yourself, always and only take what resonates as well as leave the rest. So if it doesn't apply, let it fly, as well as grab your pen and your paper and be prepared to take notes. In this video specifically, we're going to talk about how you're going to be positive, how to be positive, as well as 5 recommendations, 5 reminders, and some disclaimers, so therefore you are aware. Starting off with the disclaimers, starting off with the reminders. When it comes to being positive, it is a choice. Let's say it again. Say it with me in the comment section. When it comes to being positive, it is a choice. So if you're taking your notes, write it down, or if you're seeing this video, put it in the comment section. When it comes to being positive, it is a choice. So if you choose to not be positive, this video is not for you. The challenge is not going to work. Your energy is not going to change. But if you choose to be positive, then you can expect to see results. Number 2, because it is a choice, you have to show up. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the effort. It is going to require you to practice. If you're somebody who is negative, if you're somebody, you guys, I'm extremely sleepy and I'm not going to edit this. If you're somebody who is negative, or if you're somebody who has low self-esteem, if you're somebody who has a low vibration, but you want to raise your vibration, in order for you to do that, you have to be aware of your negative thoughts. You have to be able to be aware of your negative emotions. You have to accept the fact that maybe you don't always feel positive all the time, which is fine. But once you decide to choose, once you decide to put in the work and follow the recommendations, you can no longer make excuses. You have to be able to practice being positive, especially if you weren't taught and shown. Because over here, as your favorite mental health specialist, who's really your favorite rich auntie and a naturopathic physician, we don't make excuses. We motivate, we educate, and we inform. So those are the 3 things that you need to be aware of. So far, these are the disclaimers. The 4th disclaimer, the 4th thing you need to be aware of, once you have to show up and practice, is allow yourself grace. And if you guys hear some noise in the background, it's the light. But you have to allow yourself grace. Once again, when you decide to heal yourself, when you decide to raise your vibration, especially if you were not taught and shown, or if you don't have family and friends and you're doing this by yourself, and you're somebody who gets easily triggered or easily offended, you got to be gentle to yourself. So with you being gentle to yourself, this is going to lead into the recommendations. You have to be okay with taking your time. It's no need for you to rush, which is the 5th thing. You don't have to feel overwhelmed when you're starting something that's new or unfamiliar, especially if you've never done it before. There is no right or wrong way to be positive. So like I said, take what resonates, leave the rest. So it's like, just because the first couple of days may be rougher or more problematic to you, doesn't mean that the entire day or the rest of the month has to continue to feel that way. So now, what are the recommendations? Starting off at number 1, you're going to have to create affirmations. And I'm going to give you some examples, and I need you to comment down below what you thought of. The reason why you need affirmations is because when you put in the work, and let's just say, like I said, you lack confidence, or you're somebody who struggles with being positive and keeping that energy and staying in that frequency, you're going to have to reassure yourself. So whenever you feel negative, whenever you're experiencing a negative situation, you have to create an affirmation that you can say to yourself to calm yourself down. Or you have to come up with a solution. So those are 2 things. Those are 2 really good things. So make sure you guys write that down. So for an example, if I was having a negative day or a negative emotion or a negative thought, or just having a negative experience with something or someone, in that moment, I'm going to ask myself, why do I feel this way? And then come up with my solution. I would say that, or I would tell myself, I don't have to be upset. Very simple. Come up with a solution, ask yourself a question, or create affirmation. Just verbally reassure yourself when you don't have support, or when you're not watching this video, or when you're in the moment. The reason why you verbally need to reassure yourself is so therefore you could build momentum. Subconsciously, the only way for you to train your mind is, of course, to put in physical energy, to put in physical work, but verbally program your mind. The same way you've learned your name and you feel confident saying it is the same way you have to learn how to be confident with speaking positivity in life over your situation. The second recommendation when it comes to being positive is knowing what positivity looks like to you, knowing what peace looks like to you. So I want you to make a list of things that you consider to be positive. Now, of course, once again, everyone's lists and recommendations are going to be different, because some people may consider things to be negative, some people may consider some things to be positive. It's subjective, but overall, what I consider to be positive is uplifting people, being nice, being kind, being respectful. What I don't consider to be positive is bullying, people talking down, being narcissistic, doing anything that is going to cause confusion, corruption, or chaos. So once you've created your list of positivity, as well as what you're willing to tolerate and what you're not, I want you to create a list of things that you consider to be negative. Anything that's not positive, I need you to start removing and start not paying attention to. Anything that's negative, I need you to immediately not engage. Once again, if you struggle with being positive, if you struggle with being abundant, you're going to have to practice. So the third recommendation, or was that the third recommendation? I lost count. This may be like the second or third thing, is when you are learning to be positive and people make you feel overwhelmed, or you feel overwhelmed, you have to learn how to slow down. The more you practice breathing in the moment, the more you practice separating yourself, or the more you practice vocalizing and articulating that you don't condone negative energy or negativity from certain people, places, things, or yourself, the more you're able to have control over your mind and your emotions. It is common for most people when they're healing to go through withdrawals. So some days may seem more challenging than others. Why? Because once again, it's new. You may be around negative people. You may have negative thoughts. You may have moments where you have a good day, then you have days where you're having a bad day. The goal is for you to control yourself, so therefore when negativity happens or you experience negative things, you don't allow it to affect your whole day. So how do you do that? Once again, when negative situations happen, I want you to ask yourself in the moment, or whenever you get the chance, when you calm down, what can you do? What can you do, and how is this situation affecting me? How is this situation doing anything good for me? Like, is it positive? That's what I want you to ask too. Is this situation positive? Is going back and forth with people positive? Is having road rage positive? Like, ask yourself if this is positive. Is this on the list of things that you consider to be positive? Now, the fifth recommendation, when you decide to be positive because it's a choice, and you practice and you have your affirmations and you question yourself and you're taking your time and you're practicing, you have to be vulnerable. You have to be honest. If you wake up in a bad mood, you wake up in a bad mood. But you have to go back to the recommendations and the reminders and hold yourself accountable. Being positive is not a hard thing to do if you want to be positive. And I know, because out of my entire life, out of maybe like over 20 plus years, I've been positive, and maybe like 2 to 5 years I probably wasn't as positive as I was, but I wanted to be positive because I know like what other people saying to you has nothing to do with me, especially if you know you've done nothing negative to them. And at the end of the day, life is gonna go on. So if you want to have a good day, you're entitled to have a good day, because it's your life. Anything or anybody who has a problem with you being positive or being happy, you shouldn't want to be around anyways. Now, if you're around people and they're negative, the best thing, like I said, is for you to separate yourself. Let them know that you're not going to condone their negative energy, or seek assistance if it gets to the point where you feel like you're not able to help yourself. But When you decide to be positive, you have to be patient. You can't be impulsive. You can't beat yourself up. You can't be hard on yourself. And I've made a video talking about that, why it's so important to be nice to yourself and how to be nice to yourself. So I'm going to end off the video with that. We're starting, today is September 1st. It's the first of the month. Get up, get up. Can you guys see this? September 1st. Swipe to unlock. There we go. Oh my God, let's see. September 1st is backwards, but anyways, 30 days. And I'm gonna come back, you're gonna come back, and you're gonna let me know what's working for you, how you're feeling. And if you want to document your experience or tag somebody and recommend this to somebody that you know who struggles with being positive, or just continue to watch this video and take the notes as many times as you need to. And you guys, when I come back to make the next video in the month, I should definitely be a little bit more awake, but I don't know if you guys could tell, like, your girl is tired. So I want to say thank you guys so much for always liking the videos. Thank you for always engaging and turning on your post notifications. And if you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Okay, as well as following me on all my social media platforms. All the information will be down in the description box below. If you're interested in the service in a session and you want like more one-on-one feedback and just expertise as your favorite mental health specialist and orthopedic physician, your favorite French auntie, head to my website. It's in the description as well. Or if you're not able to afford a session or service, DM me on Instagram and let me know if you haven't engaged already in the comment section, even though I know you're engaging in the comment section. And head to my live in my social medias on TikTok and on Instagram. That's where I answer a lot of you guys' questions that I haven't answered on YouTube. But remember, being positive is a choice. You have to reassure yourself, you have to practice, and you have to want to be positive. You have to be able to separate yourself. You have to be able to catch yourself. In the days that you're feeling negative, separate yourself, and most importantly, remind yourself of the affirmations that you created. The more you practice this, I'm not saying your whole life is going to change, but it will improve your mood. And the more you practice, the more you're able to see long-term results, okay? Thanks for watching. Love you. Bye. Peace.